So I was actually training for the Olympics all the way through engineering school. I graduated in '75 and then first made the Olympic rowing team in 1976 and coached at Dartmouth for a couple of years in 77 through 79, and then really took a year off to prepare for the 1980 Olympics. And so it was right after the 1980 Olympics that I began my engineering degree. Finished it in January of '83, and then competed in the '84 Olympics. I remember getting up early every morning, being out on the river, packing breakfast, coming in, eating my breakfast while I studied, going to classes. I confess, I remember almost falling asleep in some of my especially late morning classes when I'd been up at 6 o'clock on the river and it was hitting me and things were sort of slow. So don't tell any of my professors, and then I would often do a second workout later in the day. But I feel that, keeping both things in your life is really important. I really think balance is important. I think that going out and getting a workout would refresh my mind and I'd be able to come back and be more efficient afterwards. Had to keep yourself working and organized, because I also had to get sleep at night, but it worked. For me, my Thayer education was this wonderful, sort of all-encompassing overview of engineering. It was great. It was my introduction and it was my specialization. I really like that Thayer doesn't or didn't at that time really force me into too narrow of a channel in engineering. I thought it gave me a nice overview of the topic of engineering. I was able to focus on what I wanted to, but I got a sense of sort of the engineering thought process. Immediately upon leaving Dartmouth, I joined Concept 2, a very small, at that time, I think I was the 7th employee hired, a small family business. I feel that my Thayer education prepared me really well for working in a small business, because I could understand the engineering, but I could also write. I moved into more some of the writing, so in a way I became almost a translator of the engineering and technical information that we had to get to our customers, because I also know rowing and our business is rowing, and so to be able to combine my engineering with my rowing. I've continued to row. I still race 2 or 3 races every year. Last year I had the fun of jumping into the Dartmouth alumni women's 8 at the women's sprints, and I'm hoping to maybe get to do that again this year. I have one daughter rowing at Dartmouth right now, so I'm at the sprints anyway watching, and it'd be fun if I could jump into a boat.